Hello, good day. We are the Group 6 from STEMC Unity. The title of our concept paper is The Impact of Circadian Rhythm Disorder. For starters, circadian rhythm sleep disorders are caused by the synchronization between internal sleep-wake rhythms and the light-darkness cycle. Statement of the problem. The pandemic COVID-19 that the world is facing right now has affected the people in many ways, and that includes their daily habits. As people are staying at home all day due to the lockdown situation, many are less active. People are less exposed to the vitamin D of sunlight and may even be doing less to no exercise. Moreover, people are spending more time on their mobile phones or other gadgets, letting it consume most of their day. This overexposure that extends until late at night is what mainly causes disruptions to their daily sleep-wake routine, also known as the circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is an innate biological feature of living organisms that relate to time and life functions. Generally, this rhythm is based on a 24-hour period. When daily activities are interfered with by the sleep-wake cycles, it is then called circadian rhythm disorder. Circadian rhythm disorders arise from a chronic or recurrent pattern of sleep and wake disturbance that is due to dysfunction of the circadian clock system or misalignment between the timing of the endogenous circadian rhythm and externally imposed social and work cycles that result in clinically significant functional impairments. It may seem normal for sleeping times to change as long as the required 7 to 9 hours of sleep is consumed, but these changes have a lot of negative effects, especially on physical health. Significance of the study. The main objective of this project is to identify the negative effects of circadian rhythm disorders and to evaluate how people can avoid and handle these illnesses once diagnosed. Objectives. The aims of this project are to educate people of the circadian rhythm disorders, to determine the negative effects of circadian rhythm disorders, to figure out ways to prevent these disorders, and to identify the ways to treat these disorders. Research questions. Number 1. What are the negative effects of the circadian rhythm disorders? 2. What are the most effective treatments for circadian rhythm disorders? 3. What are the ways to prevent this disorder? Research hypothesis. Circadian rhythm disorders affects any person who suffers from insomnia, excessive daytime sleepiness, or could be both, as their body clock can respond to being unhealthy. It could damage their health, their mentality, and their physical appearance as well. In this period of time, we have enhanced community quarantine or ECQ. The number of people suffering from CRD is growing as we are all locked in our homes, and there is a major difference between life when we have our regular life routine and life as a quarantined individual. Preliminary literature. Circadian rhythm disorder is a bipolar disorder according to the Department of Psychiatry, University in Korea. Circadian rhythm hypotheses have gained importance lately. While the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal or HPA axis hyperactivation hypothesis and therefore the monoamine hypothesis somewhat explain the pathogenic mechanism of depression. They are doing not to provide a proof for the event of mania or hypomania. Interestingly, all patients with major affective disorder display significant disruption of circadian rhythms and sleep or wake cycles throughout their mood cycles. Indeed, mice carrying the clock genetic mutation exhibit an overall behavioral profile that's like human mania, including hyperactivity, decreased sleep, lower depression-like behavior, and lower anxiety. It had been recently reported that monoamine signaling is of course regulated by the circadian system. Biological time instability imposed on the dysregulation of HPA axis and monoamine system may successively increase individual susceptibility for switching from depression to mania or hypomania. Additionally, to addressing the pathophysiologic mechanism underlying demonic switch, biological time hypothesis can explain other bipolar disorder-related phenomena like treatment-resistant depression and mixed features. Methodology. In this research, the researchers chose circadian rhythm disorder as the concept paper topic since in this pandemic, the number of CRD victims are increasing. First, the researchers conducted the research problem and they based it in this pandemic. The researchers concluded the hypothesis that circadian rhythm disorder should be treated. That's all. Thank you.